Today we're going to be talking about acquisition, and creating content that scales these brands to 8 figures isn't about flashy ads or following these trendy memes. That's just a part of it. That's the icing on the cake. What it's really about is building a system that connects, converts, and retains these customers predictably. Again, paper, profitable acquisition to predictable retention. Creative, as we know, is the new targeting, and Meta's AI, especially with this new Andromeda update, reads every pixel better than any human ever could. My name's Jordan, and I've scaled multiple brands to 8 figures, and the content strategy we use is literally the most simple, boring thing imaginable. And why people overcomplicate things is mind-numbing. So let me show you the exact creative blueprint we're using to get brands to 1 million a month in ad spend. Okay, so right here, we have the 15-second framework. Literally just steal this. Now, this framework follows 4 different steps. We have the hook, we have value prop or value proposition, we have benefits, and lastly, we have problem and the solution to that problem. So your hook is always going to stop the scroll, and this needs to be done within the first 0 to 3 seconds. Now, the value proposition is basically telling the audience what's in it for me. So after you've hooked them in, you need to explain this within the next 3 to 5 seconds. Call out your audience. Why is this for them? And then with benefits, you're basically showing, you're not telling. What you need to showcase here is the customer putting themselves in the shoes of the person within the ad. This is going to be 5 to 8 seconds. And lastly, we have the problem that the customer is facing and the solution that we provide. And what we need to ensure that we're doing here is telling the customer, I can achieve my desired outcome with this product. And if it's not a product, then you can apply this to your service as well. And that's pretty much it. We want the hook to stop the scroll. This is going to take 0 to 3 seconds. Then we need to showcase the value proposition and basically explain to them what's in it for me. This should take 3 to 5 seconds, especially if the creators know what they're doing. And then within the next 5 to 8 seconds, you need to showcase the benefits by, again, showing, not telling. Don't tell somebody how good this is, showcase it. And then lastly, at the end, this is the problem they're going through. This is the solution I can offer to help you with this problem. And the customer says to themselves, I can achieve my desired outcome with this product or service. So this framework isn't necessarily new to anyone who's actually been paying attention. But what is new is that you may not be properly identifying what exactly you're feeding Meta, and you're basically telling Meta to do whatever it wants, which doesn't usually work out for us. If you're not tagging, labeling, and feeding Meta with clear creative structure, you're just guessing. And when Meta guesses, your ROAS dies. So in order for us to not have our ROAS die and our CPA get shot, I want to rearrange your creative structure. I want to train you to have your eyes see what Meta sees. So what I want to do right now is I want to retrain your eyes to see what Meta sees. And the macro, which is what you should be focusing on, is setting, person, language, problem, music, and colors. And this is great, but just to get granular, especially if you're running 20 to 25 ads at a time, is what each one of these actually means. And so let's start with setting. So setting basically means the income level. And what I mean by setting is, where are you filming the ad? Is it in a basement? Is it in a garage? Is it in front of a villa? Is it in front of a beach? Is it in front of a yacht? If you have a luxury product, you probably don't want a bunch of garbage in the background. If you're selling a normal t-shirt, then a video in a cafe is going to do fine. And I'm talking about True Classic with one of their most famous ads. But the setting is exactly that. It's the setting your ad is in. And I can't stress enough how powerful the algorithm is in regards to, if it sees a beautiful beach in the background or a beautiful villa, it's going to target people with higher income level. If it sees this sort of alleyway or cool city, it's probably going to target people that are interested in streetwear. And so where you're filming the ad has astronomical impact. Now for person, this is the demographic of who you're targeting. And this one's a little bit more straightforward. Is it a male? Is it a female? Okay, let's get a little bit more granular. Is it a mom? Is it a dad? Is it a single mother? Is it a single father? Is it an elderly person that's suffering with X pain? Is it your uncle who's 60 years old and used to be a contractor? The person in your ad is going to drive exactly who it's targeting. But not only that, but the words the person in your ad is saying is going to target. Again, the algorithm knows more than us. All praise to the algorithm. But the person and the words that they're using in the ad is going to target the demographic. Now let's hit language. So this is the education level, and I don't necessarily mean you're targeting somebody with a GED versus a doctorate. What I'm saying here is, for example, Gen Alpha, Gen Z. You see all the posts that they're posting. They're literally creating their own language with all these different memes and words that they're inventing on almost a weekly basis. And so when I say education level, think about the words that somebody from 16 to 25 would use. Then think of the words somebody 25 to 35 would use. Then think to the words that a 35 to 45 would use. What are they going through? Are they a new mom? Are they a new parent? Did they just graduate high school? Are they an older man where maybe you need to be a little bit more formal with your words? Are they Democrat? Are they conservative? Are they political? The words that you're choosing to use, again, it's not necessarily did they get a doctorate degree? Did they graduate from college or not? It's what point at life or what point in life are they in? What words are they using? And how can I use those words to talk to that specific type of archetype? Now, for problem, we have life stage. Now, somebody graduating from college versus somebody that's going into retirement are going to have very different problems that they're going through. And your product needs to speak to that type of person that's going through XYZ problem. So if you're very niche, this can get a little bit difficult because you may be limited by age. But if you're selling supplements that help with back pain, well, if you're a kid who's been playing college for the past 5 years and you have a bulging disc, you probably have back pain. If you're a contractor who's 45 years old and is going to retire in 5 years, this supplement can help you get through these next 5 years. And what I'm saying in regards to the problem and the life stage that you're in, that each creative needs to use the words that would resonate with the life stage that they're in. It may be the same problem, but somebody that's 60 versus somebody that's 30 versus somebody that's 18 is going to look at that problem with different eyes and a different perspective. You need to have creatives that are calling out every single one of those perspectives. Now, music and colors, these are more or less the icing on the cake. But again, if you want to get to $1 million a month in spend, you have to take these data points to heart. So music is cultural signaling. Are you a luxury brand and you're in the summer season? Well, probably Italian jazz filmed on a boat is going to resonate a lot better than dubstep or trap or drum and bass. It has to add on to the aesthetic you're going through. Are you an outdoor brand? Well, probably rock and roll and country are going to resonate a lot better than hip hop and rap, right? You need to be smart with the music you're using because the music is literally what shapes the culture more than almost anything else right now. Because the music you're using is going to signal to that culture that follows that music that, hey, I'm part of this culture too. Now for colors, this is just the emotional tone. Are you running a scarcity offer? You should use red text for this is the last time you're going to get this product at this price. You could use green text for the price being what it is now. And then you could use red text for the price that it's going to be within a week if you don't act now. With colors, are you running a fall offer? Okay, yellow, orange are going to be great. Are you running a Halloween offer? Black and purple and green, those are going to be great. Christmas, holiday season, New Year's, spring, summer. And what I want you to do is like a simple exercise, and I hopefully you're getting this, but just in case, what colors come to mind when you think of summer? What colors come to mind when you think of autumn? What colors come to mind when you think of winter? What colors come to mind when you think of spring? I'm sure you have a palette that comes to mind per season. Now, I'm not saying you have to completely shift your brand identity, but from the ad perspective, especially if it's somebody who has no idea you exist, really building this emotional tone around not only your products, but the time of year is going to add maybe not a lot in the beginning, but over a long enough time. And again, if you're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars a month on ads, then having specific colors that speak to that audience is going to drastically improve your ads over time. It just is. It's not going to give you from a 3 to 6x ROAS because you change the colors, but it may get you from a 3 to a 4 over a 3-month period because you understand seasonality and what colors are talking to each emotional tone of the year. Every pixel is a data point, and your creative isn't just a video. It's a data set that's feeding each data point. And just to give you some proof, we implemented this strategy with Monty Coolers, and we grew them from 5K a month to 450K a month in under a year, which is super cool. And I'm totally bragging. And if you need help, book a call. But what we found is that 3 girls talking about Monty Coolers outperformed 3 guys almost every single time. Now, why is that? Because Meta's AI understands microsignals at a cultural level that no human media buyer could ever scale manually. That's what creative is the new targeting actually means. The brands winning right now aren't running 5 creatives. They're running 25 to 50 plus that are all live at once, and each one is speaking to a different micro audience in a different way at scale. If you're not creating at that volume, Meta's AI doesn't have enough signal diversity to find your buyers. The algorithm is smarter than your media buyer, so please stop fighting it. What you need to do is feed it better creative. And if you can master this creative strategy, you'll never need a 25 plus entrance stack again, which hopefully you haven't been doing that for the past 3 years. But really, take home, the creative is doing the targeting. And you need to dissect exactly what's working and what's not working to the most granular level you can.